Iowa put up more points offensively than Ohio State did. Is that because Iowa's more talented than Ohio State? No. It's because Ohio State's offensive game plan was so damn poor. So we're going to start with the Big Ten championship because I think we have to start with the Big Ten championship. And I'll get into Indiana because they do deserve their flowers here. But we need to talk about what I think the story of this game was. And the story of this game was that Brian Hartline did not show up in the big moment. Let's just be 100% honest with ourselves here. I said before the season when it came to Ohio State, Brian Hartline was somebody that I had questions about. And when I said this, I said that Brian Hartline is a really, really great position coach. He's not a play caller. And there's a difference between a position coach and a play caller and a head coach. All three of those positions have different job responsibilities. And Brian Hartline was great at what he did as a position coach for the wide receivers of Ohio State. He is not a play caller. That's why Ryan Day was hesitant to give him those responsibilities over the past few years here. And you see that, I mean, look, Indiana, they put up 13 points offensively. It's not like Indiana had this crazy great performance and exposed you big time. They're the second best team in the country, Indiana is. And Ohio State was 3 points away from beating them. They missed a field goal in the red zone. They had a 4th and 1, which, by the way, another awful play call by Brian Hartline. Julian Sayin is 190 pounds soaking wet. Why are you running him on a 4th and 1 with the type of beef that Indiana has on the interior? That makes absolutely no sense to me. What made no sense to me as well is that while, yes, Indiana's pass rush was extremely impressive in this game, there's things as an offensive coordinator that you can do to negate a pass rush. Why was it felt like every time they dropped the pass, they were trying to make big plays down the field with long developing concepts? Why does it feel like the only time that they were successful in the intermediate game was when Julian Sayin escaped the pocket and found somebody on a scramble drill? Where's the 3-step drops under center and you're hitting Jeremiah Smith on a slant? Where's Carnell Tate getting involved in the short to intermediate game? Where's Max Clare getting involved? The answers that Julian Sayin had, I do not think was good enough when it comes to what the play caller can do on the sidelines trying to help a quarterback out. Because that pass rush was getting to Julian Sayin. Because that offensive line did not do a great job protecting in this game. But again, you can negate that. You can do enough that if a team puts up 13 points with Jeremiah Smith, with Carnell Tate, with Julian Sayin as your quarterback, with Bo Jackson in the backfield, with Max Clare, you can do enough to put enough points on that Indiana defense that you can put up more points than what Iowa did. Iowa put up more points offensively than Ohio State did. Is that because Iowa's more talented than Ohio State? No. It's because Ohio State's offensive game plan was so damn poor. And mind you, they got a touchdown, I believe it was. I think they got the touchdown off the interception where Lorenzo Styles made that tremendous play and they were in the red zone there. So it's not like they had any sustained drive where they were making their way down the field and they put it in the end zone. It was a short field. So I'm looking at this and I'm just saying Brian Hartline cannot be an offensive play caller. And don't get it twisted. I still believe in Ohio State. I still think everything Ohio State wants to do is in front of them. I still think they can accomplish all the goals. Because if that's the number 2 team in the country and you came out and you had such a pathetic offensive game plan, you want to know what the fix to that is? Ryan Day calls plays. And whatever you may think about Ryan Day as a play caller, we can at least admit this. If Ryan Day is calling plays with the talent that this offense has, they can put up more than 13 damn points on this Indiana defense, which is great. No doubt about it. It's a great defense. But with the offense that Ohio State has, they could put up enough points offensively to hold this Indiana offense to less than what they score and win the football game. And I mean, like, again, it's not like Indiana was lighting up the scoreboard. They put up 13 points. I think that the reason why Ohio State lost this game was for one reason: a bad offensive game plan. Bad. Like, inexcusable. Inexcusable. I'm not downplaying how good the Indiana defense is. I'm not doing that at all. And I want people to understand that. I'm not trying to downplay the Indiana defense. I'm trying to highlight the problem, which was Brian Hartline's play calling. He was not good. You're not going to tell me that Iowa can put up 15 points. Iowa can put up 15 points on the Indiana defense, and you only put up 10? Is that an Indiana thing or is that an Ohio State thing? I think that's more Ohio State fumbling this game away than it is Indiana going and taking it. Which, credit to Indiana. We're going to get to Indiana because they deserve a lot of credit for this victory. But let's keep the main thing here. And you're not going to tell me that Indiana won this game because they just flat out dialed up Ohio State. They didn't. They put up 13 points offensively. And I just think Ohio State, their offensive game plan was just so ridiculously bad. And you have to ask yourself this question, right? When it comes to Brian Hartline, he just got a head coaching job. Was he as locked in as he needed to be? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Was he as locked in as he needed to be? Because I cannot come to the conclusion that he was, mindset-wise, that he was where he needed to be. He just got the biggest opportunity he's ever received in his entire life. It's human nature, no doubt about it. Absolutely. But that is a factor that you have to take into this. And yes, I still believe in Ohio State. Absolutely. Absolutely, I believe in Ohio State still. That defense for Ohio State played an incredible football game tonight. You let up 13 points to Indiana's offense. That's an incredible defensive performance. And I can tell you this right now, if they play Indiana again and they only let up 13 points, I believe that Ohio State's going to win that football game. I really do. I mean, like, look, the main goal for Ohio State is a national championship. But the thing is, when you want to talk about them being a dominant program, which is what they have been for the last season and a half here, right? You have to win your conference. You have to win your rivalry games. You have to win your conference. And yes, obviously you want to win a national championship, but you want to put an exclamation point on your season when you talk about being a dominant program. That's just the way I look at it.